What's going on, rogues? The Matrix sober. Like, I've been sober for 4 years, right? Almost 4 years. You know, I used to work for a cruise line, so I was out of the Matrix, and I came again. You know, the most important thing, I remember when I was traveling, I used to work for a cruise line, right? So I traveled, I think probably, I don't know how many countries I have on my passports, right? It's probably the first in my family. I was in St. Petersburg, Russia, maybe 20 years ago. And 3 years ago, when I had my accident, almost 4 years ago, I been having these epiphanies, those dreams, and trying to wake up, right? The wake up call. And I was watching this YouTube channel. This lady, she goes by, her name is Noralie. She's from the Netherlands, right? So she travels by enduro bike all over the world. She finally beat the Matrix, right? She's out of the Matrix. I was out of the Matrix and I came back. Living the life of no worries and just kind of finding your place into the world, right? Man, it is incredible. Now finally, you got to take the blue pill, man, out of the Matrix, because nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense these days, man. Nothing makes sense. So what a way to see. As I was watching this chick traveling all over, Africa, and I see those, I was watching my wife and I say, oh my God, these poor countries. I say, no, what are you talking about? Food is accessibility for them. They might not have the infrastructure that we have, but guess what? The food is right there. I see these African ladies. They were well built, so I don't think they were dying of starvation, right? They learned how to survive, how to utilize the earth, right? Nothing is processed. So I think the new frontier is Africa and the Middle East and some parts of South America. People want to come, oh man, American dream, American. You just come into the Matrix. You're gonna get out of the Matrix. And there's a lot of people that I know that they beat the Matrix. They already went out, and man, remember the movie Groundhog's Day, right? Everything that kind of repeats. The same thing is like you wake up and you're doing like in the the same things, and I was like, man, I 3-4 years ago I started changing a lot of things, the way I think, the way I act, a lot of different things, man. So anyway, I'm back into the condo, right? So a few months ago, we have the Ring camera in our doors, right? And the guy across the street was really, really weird. You can feel the energy, right? You can feel that frequency. You can feel the that electric magnetism that I don't know if you realize, once you go to different frequencies and you start going to the to out of the Matrix and you understand where you're going. So he had like a pattern. So he was going out in different times of the day, because when I work from home, so I have, I don't look the camera at every day, like when I, vibrate. I'm busy doing my own thing, so I don't get distracted that easily. But my wife sent me a text and is, have you seen this dude? I said, no. So I know the guy. I've been seeing him. License plates already expired. Living in a pretty much, in a medium high, rents high and cheap. So I'm telling him, pretty much. But anyway, so when I caught him on the camera, you can tell the eyes, there was like nothing. Like it was just like so weird. There was no facial expressions. There was like there was it was empty. It was so fucking weird. And I sometimes, I mean, he was like flicking out the camera. It's like, who is this guy? And I was like, but it was something that is that we see in this world. Nothing makes fucking sense. That's why I shut off the media. I shut up. I mean, I put posts on my Instagram, and I do my YouTube channel. Actually, I'm going to focus more in the YouTube channel more than anything else. But it is, you can tell you're going out of the. I was in the matrix, and then I got out of it and came back to, it's just feels so, it feels so weird, right? There was this guy in social media that I follow, and there's another chick that I follow in social and actually in YouTube. She actually rides motorcycle all across the world, right? And you can tell she's out of the matrix, man. And she's going to Africa. I mean, literally, she went to, I mean, some countries in Africa that is just like, wow. I mean, is I've been in a lot of countries, but the only country that I mean, the continent was the African continent, in some parts of Asia, and some parts of the Middle East. But the new frontier is definitely Africa and the Middle East. Even though, regardless of all these movements that they are going on, but it's just all this mental barriers and the excuses that we are that is like that. I think that these it is something that it is the future of all the humanity is like self-destruct each other, right? And contaminate our minds with garbage and trash, so we can have that hatred, right? Instead of thinking getting out of the matrix, we are uh, getting pulled in to doing doing other things, right? That's why I'm like focusing in the internal studies, in the frequencies and the meditations. And man, go follow this chick on YouTube. Her name, it goes by Itchy, like itchy boots, and her name is Noralie. And man, I'm telling you, she goes, and but she's out of the matrix, right? She travels. She was in South America. She was in I believe her last season. She's in Saudi Arabia, and she goes all over the place, man. Even the guys in Africa is like, "Are you a woman?" And oh, I'm going to Liberia, like there's nothing, or Sierra Leone. I'm going to Nigeria, like there was like I'm going to the cross the street in the gas station, right? That she basically, but you can tell that there's no worries in that lady. Obviously, there's some parts of the show like when she was approaching with this man, and because she's a blonde, blue eyes, and how you gotta get a cut attention in Africa, be the only white chick in the whole markets, that they're just, I mean, it was just, but you can tell that this lady, it is out of the matrix. you know Packs whatever she carries, and she just goes, man, whatever. And I'm like, you know what, let's go with an enduro bike. She travels all over the world, man. And a lot of people, let's go, let's do it. All right, I'm back. I just need to have a little pretzel. Let me tell you, the only book that pretty much tells you about the Matrix. You knew who was like literally the first one to started the whole movement on digital nomads and people living 9 to 5 jobs, all these corporate jobs, and to live the simplicity. And I'll show you with the, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen them, and I think you can probably find it in Amazon. But I go in bookstores, and I have my time. I go walk around and see what's out there, new books and everything. But the book that I haven't seen, you ready? Boom. The 4 Hour Week. The 4 Hour Week by Tim Ferriss. Escape the 9 to 5 life anywhere. Enjoy the new rich. I have a friend. Her name, it is Rhonda and Brian Swan. they've been living in Bali for the past maybe 15, 16 years. When I met these guys, and they were, man, she used to live in actually she came back though. Actually, she actually moved she actually lives she lives between Beverly Hills and in Bali. But these guys, they're out of the matrix, right? They don't have a 9 to 5. They build this automatic. They do. She does a lot of branding. He actually has his brand. He goes and surfs all day in Bali. And man, I'm telling you, the state of mind. It is these guys out of the matrix. But Tim Ferriss is the one that actually started. Like, okay, well, I'm working in the call center, right? And I'm whatever. So he wanted to be out of the office. How can I be out of the office and serve, be less than a mile away from the beach, and I come back and I don't have to worry about clocking in or clocking out. I am in the process to actually. I've been working in breaking the matrix for the past probably 10 years, and I'm almost right there. That you have, but I'm telling you, if you haven't read this book, go and read this book. The new rich is mobility. The new rich is like one day you wake up and you go to Argentina, and there you go the next. I'm telling you, there it is. It is fascinating. It is fascinating, right? Because nothing makes sense. I've been sober for 4 years, and finally, after I've been sober for 4 years, it's like a whole new world open before my eyes. Like I see it where it's going. And I'm like, man, I'm finally awake. I just need to, I need to go. I need to go and let's enjoy life at our full potential. But it's not gonna do. We gotta be mobile. We gotta be mobility, and we're gonna find other tribes, other cultures that allows us to do what we want to do. So go help somebody that can never repay you. And I'm telling you, if you like it, just click some thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, man. And I'll tell you, man, this is it. The best is yet to come. I'm telling you, the best is yet to come. We're almost right there. What's going on, Rogues? Matrix Reloaded, right? So this is the second session at the gym today, right? So breaking out the matrix. It's a little chilly. Remember the movie Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger? If you haven't seen the movie Conan, go see it, right? If you haven't seen it, but in the beginning, pretty much, basically, the guy becomes a slave, right? So they put him really to, I think, what it appears to be like a grinding machine that, how they grind and pulverize the, wheat and flour, whatever the case might be. So he's basically pulling this round, wheel, right? So when he actually was little, he got, turned into a slave. So at some point he just, they're like with the, whips and, but he was little. But after that, he just ended up putting like in the time capsule that he goes, months and years, and like in years until he finally, turns into this like massive, guy. But it's just, as he was turning the wheel, you can see like the winters, summers, and snowstorm and sandstorm, right? Until at some point he didn't realize that the guards that they were guarding him, everybody left. The guy, all the kids that they were next to him died, and he was literally the only one pushing the wheel. And at some point the chains that he was in, for the decades or whatever the case might be, and he was able to basically break away. I think the story goes that we can go for decades and realize that we are strong enough to break away whatever we want to do in life. So breaking out of the matrix, and you'll see us. We'll take some good. Just follow the channel, thumbs up, and man, I'm excited. Let this world be your playground. Stay tuned, baby, because it's coming.